Can you crochet a blanket in 12 hours? Hello and welcome back. As today's title and intro suggest, today we're going to be answering the question of can you crochet a blanket in 12 hours? And if that is all you're interested in, then I shall give you the quick answer. It depends. Alright, so while a crochet hook might look like a wand, there will be no foolish wand waving in this class. Translation. While there may be some people that can crochet at truly astonishing and breathtaking speeds, I am not one of those. No, indeed I am not. If you well know, I am part of the That Took Longer Than Expected troop, and some of your comments have led me to believe that you are also joining in this That Took Longer Than Expected troop. But, I would say that whether or not you could crochet a blanket between 12 to 20 hours depends on your material, so your yarn, and your hook size. And so I took this question to Instagram, and my Instagram lovely crafty friends also agreed that whether or not you can crochet a blanket between 12 to 20 hours greatly depends on, as I said, your hook size, your yarn, as well as the size of blanket that you are attempting to make. So, if you've been with me for a while, you might be wondering two things. Number one, Clarissa, why are you giving yourself a range of between 12 and 20 hours? Well, friends, the answer to that is that I've started very responsibly keeping track of the amount of time that I was working on the blanket. But, that went downhill. So I'm giving myself that range of 12 to 20 hours so that I am not a liar and I present you with the information and the facts as I know them currently today, 10th of January. As to the second question you might be wondering if you've spent any amount of crafty time with me is, why are you crocheting a blanket? Well, dear crafty friends, the answer to that it might be in my voice. Yes, see, right at New Year's, I went to sleep at midnight and I woke up at 6 a.m. on the 1st of January 2023 and I didn't feel good. In fact, I could barely get out of bed. I had a very high fever and I just felt just all sorts of bad. I would insert appropriate curse word here if I were you, but you know, I do not want to get demonetized. So, I caught the big C, the C19, I caught it. That is where I'm getting at. And I didn't have the energy or the coordination to work on any of the projects that have been rolled over from 2022. So I thought, why not grab a 15.75 millimeter crochet hook and this truly luxurious jumbo yarn that I bought right before I got sick. By the way, I bought it on sale for $5.99. I will include an affiliate link down below if you want to know more details about this yarn. You can find it on the We Crochet website as well if you are interested. As I said, that will just be an affiliate link. No cost to you. I'll just get a tiny little bit of commission if you buy. Anyway, so I have this really huge jumbo yarn and actually I'm gonna go get it. I'll be back. Okay, so water break over. This is the yarn that I am referring to. It is Wool Ease Wow. And it's wow because it is, as you can tell by this rope, it's a very thick yarn. It is their Woolies blend, so it's 80% acrylic, 20% wool. It is jumbo, 240 grams, 66 yards. So this might look like a lot, but it's actually not enough to go the last round of the blanket. So I just had to stop crocheting when I had a little bit left over, but I am still calling this my 5-pound blanket because I purchased a total of 10 balls of yarn to complete this blanket that you are seeing here, because it is very big and it will not fit on the screen. So I'm just sharing some pictures with you. But this blanket, I literally followed the instructions for my chunky throw, which I will include a link in the description box below. But it's basically an excuse to just grab all the scraps that you possibly have and crochet them into kind of like a thick blanket. My husband calls it a bit of a weighted blanket. And after crocheting this big guy and making a 5-pound blanket, then yes, it is a weighted blanket of 5 pounds. And I used 2 colors to work this up. I used a kind of gray marled, it's got a little bit of dirty heather to it, called Mushroom, which, if you know me, you know that I picked it up because I liked the name. I love mushrooms and I liked the name of mushrooms. And I did feel that it looked kind of like the underside of a mushroom, you know, where the gills are. So you have some shadows and some dirty brown colors. But this one's more on the gray side. Really attractive color. And I paired it with this one, which is flax. And it is a kind of, if you've ever seen a golden flax seed, that's more what it looks like. It doesn't really look like the brown, muddy brown flax seeds. It looks like the golden ones, kind of like a deep gold mustard with some slight brown undertones. And that is the color that I used for the border. Now I bought 6 balls of the mushroom and then I bought 4 balls of the flax, and in total that is 10 balls of yarn. And if 1 ball weighs 8 ounces, and yeah, that's half a pound. So at least I think my math is correct here. So again, to answer the question of whether or not you can crochet a blanket in 12 to 20 hours, it depends on your hook size. I actually used a smaller hook size than is recommended for in the pattern because I really wanted some dense stitches. And also I didn't want to buy a new hook. So I used a 15.75 chunky hook. It was a little bit tough going until I got used to how tight, or actually how loose I had to hold my yarn so that I wouldn't split it and end up having to frog back. All in all, I am very happy with how the blanket turned out. I think, as I said, it's very heavy and it's very warm, and I know my husband really likes it, which is great because I actually crocheted it for him. So yes, I managed to get him a handmade gift for 3 Kings Day, which was the 6th of January, for those folks who either follow the religious Advent or the cultural Advent, as I like to refer to it, because I know that a lot of people from the Hispanic communities might actually celebrate 3 Kings Day. So he actually got that gift for 3 Kings Day, which makes me very happy. I always try to give my husband a handmade gift for Christmas, or the Christmas season, and I actually managed it this year. Not the sweater, no, that one, that was not, it's not in any stage of completeness whatsoever. What else can I tell you about the blanket? For the width, it's actually kind of as wide as a lap, a little bit wider. The exact measurements are given in the pattern that I've linked in the description box below, but it's mostly a throw size. It is not a full-sized blanket. Probably then I'll call it an Afghan. Yeah, it's not really as big as a throw. Is a throw bigger than an Afghan? Anyway, it's about 36 inches in width, I think, and about 48 in length, in inches, if we're talking inches. And that length, as I said, took 10 balls of yarn. So I can imagine if you're trying to use this jumbo yarn to make yourself an actual kind of very decent size snuggle under blanket, you might have to wait for it to go on a big sale over at Joann's or We Crochet or maybe even Lion Brand so that you can purchase the amounts of yarn needed. 10 balls was enough for the size of throw Afghan blanket that I was going for, so I'm very, very happy that I got to finish that. And yeah, I would like to hear some of your blanket stories below. Have you ever crocheted a blanket in 12 hours? Did you crochet a baby blanket in that amount of time? I can already tell you, I did a baby blanket once and it took me way more than 12 hours. I was using a 4.5mm hook though, so pretty sure that had a lot to do with it. Now, when it comes to this Wool Ease blanket, I would recommend that you get a gleaner or something that you can sweep away the fluff with, because it will get very pilly. That's the word. It will get very pilly because of the way that it's very loosely plied, and of course with these thicker, bigger yarns, I always think they tend to pill faster than worsted weight yarns, but that is just my opinion. So I hope that you guys have been doing well and that this video kind of accompanied you through some short crafty times. I just wanted to get a little video out there to say hello in the new year now that I'm feeling a bit better, and also to talk to you a little bit about what's coming forward this year. I'm working on a tutorial and a pattern release, which hopefully will be ready for next week. Today's the 10th, so it's next week the 17th, the 18th of January. I'm gonna try and have it ready for next week because I think it's a very fun project for the beginning or the end of the year. You don't really have to think a lot, and it's a really freeing project to just let you use up your creativity, your imagination, and your stash. And actually, while I was editing the video tutorial, I started another version of this sweater because I was very jealous of the Clarissa that was getting to crochet. So in terms of upcoming videos in January, there is that one that you can look forward to. I hope to be releasing the sweater I made for my husband. I hope to be releasing that video in February at the latest, because after that I'm going to be taking a pretty long break. We're going to be spending some time in Japan, finally celebrating our honeymoon. We saved a lot of money for it, and well, when I say we, I mean mostly my husband. Me as in I was taking care of our budget, making sure that we weren't going over budget when it came to housing expenses and all that, because as discussed in the previous video, which was a goodbye to 2022, ad revenue for me has not been the greatest source of wealth, but hey, that just means I need to work harder and create content that you guys actually want to see and enjoy. By the way, thank you to everyone that commented in the previous video about your interactions with my content and how you like it and how much inspiration I bring to you guys, because that was very helpful. I know that sometimes we might think that, oh, I'm not going to reply to this video, I'm not going to comment in this video because someone else will do it, but it's always such a joy to read anybody's comments. And if you're watching from the TV, hello! I know that the TV doesn't really let you comment, which is actually why I've stopped using YouTube on my TV. I'll try to put it on my laptop or my iPad or my big screen computer because I want to comment, and if I don't comment as soon as I watch a video, then I will never comment. So thank you to everyone that commented and just always hangs out with me. So yeah, I hope that you've had a better beginning of the year than with the Crochet Cakes household has had. Yeah, we all came down with COVID. So me in Florida, my husband caught it from me, and then my dad in Puerto Rico as well, and luckily my mom doesn't have COVID because she's got some lung issues, so COVID would not be good for her. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining me. I can't wait to sit down and chat to you next week with that tutorial that I hope you greatly enjoy. And then the week after that, I'm going to try and have another chatty, crafty video for you guys, just so that we can relax and just talk about everything that we've been doing. Do let me know if you would be interested in joining my Ko-fi subscription. I do have a Ko-fi page, and I've kind of been playing around with the idea of offering subscription only content. I know that that is spreading myself quite thinly because I produce content for my English channel, produce content for my Spanish channel, produce content for Instagram, produce it for Pinterest, and also do my patterns here and there. So I know that it might be spreading myself too thinly, so I'm not going to promise like vlogs every week or anything like that, but if you are interested in like vloggy type footage that maybe I could upload once a month for subscribers only, or even some lives that we can do and join, then do let me know. I would like to have a topic for each live, even if it's just calling it the crafty chat, so that we can get together and spend more crafty time together. So thank you for joining me for this Can You Crochet a Blanket in 12 to 20 hours? And do let me know if this is something that you've done before. What pattern did you use? What yarn and hook size did you use to accomplish such a feat? And if you are one of the talented few people that can crochet at breathtaking speeds, do let me know in the comment section below. I will see you next week with a video tutorial. Take care.